Alright, let's look at the homework 3.9, problem number 10. Alright, so let's look at this plane problem. Alright, I already drew a little bit of picture here. Alright, a plane is flying with a constant speed of 330 kilometers per hour, passes over the ground radar station. So this is our radar. Radar. Right? And at an altitude of 2 kilometers, and climbs at an angle of 30 degrees. So this is 30 degrees right here. Right? And at what rate is the distance from the plane to the radar station increasing a minute later? Right? So 1 minute is, so this guy is same thing as 1/60 hours, right? Because it seems like everything is in hours. So let's stick with that. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we have to give a couple of variables for changing quantities. Alright, so here the distance between here to the plane, I'm gonna give you a variable. Let's call it x. Alright, so here from here to there is x. Right? Oops. X there. Alright, then here is a distance. I don't know, I don't want to use d because that looks like a derivative, so I'm going to use, let's say, c. Alright, then since this is not a right triangle, so I guess what we can do is we can use a law of cosines. Alright, so let's look at the law of cosines. Right, it goes something like this. So it's any arbitrary triangle. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cosine of the angle opposite from C. So I'm going to use a capital C. Alright, so let's write that down. In this case, C is c squared is equal to, alright, x squared plus 2 squared minus 2 times x times 2 cosine of the angle. Angle here is 90 degree plus 30. This is actually 120. I like radians, so 120 degree is 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3. Alright, so let's clean it up a little bit. So this is just going to be x squared, and 2 squared would be 4. Alright, and let's see, cosine of 2 pi over 3 would be -1/2. So this guy is -1/2. So we can actually cancel, so here's the positive, and I cancel one of the 2's, right? So that way, we're just going to get the plus 2x. Right? So we got that. Then what you need to do is we need to, so we have an equation, then we just need to take the derivative. And what we're looking for would be dc over dt, right? So let's take the derivative. Right, derivative of this guy is 2c times dc over dt. Right, so dc over dt is the guy we're interested in, right? And this is equal to, right, derivative of this guy, so it's going to be a 2x plus 2 dx over dt. Alright, then we can actually divide through by 2. Can I just divide by 2, that becomes 1. Alright, so then you just have to divide through by c. So dc over dt is equal to x plus 1 over c times dx over dt. Alright, so let's find that. Alright, x. X is given, we have to find x. Alright, so in order to find x here, we know that this is 1 minute later, so which is 1/60 hours later. So we know that x is going to be, let's compute it here, x is going to be, right, how fast it's going, 330 kilometers per hour. So then it's 1/60, right? So that's zeros cancel out, and divide by 3, so it's 11/2, right? So it's a 5.5, so maybe I'll just put that in here. So it's 11/2 plus 1 over, right? And we have to also find c, right? C, let's see, x is, we found that to be 11/2, so plug it in, right? C squared is equal to, right, 11/2 squared would be 121/2 squared, so 4, and plus 4, and plus 11, right? So this is going to be common denominator 4. So you have a 121 plus 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 11 is 44. Right, so this is going to be, let's see, 60, so 181/4. Right, so if you want c, you have to take the square root. So c is going to be, c is a length, so we don't have to worry about the negative one. 181/4. I'm not sure square root of 181 is a nice number, so I'll just leave it. But the square root of 4, I can even do it, so it's 2. Alright, so c is square root of 181/2. Alright, then dx over dt is given to be right here. So 330 kilometers per hour, so multiply by 330. Right, so what you get is, let's see, multiply the denominator by 2, and that becomes 2. Right, so we have 13. So 13 over square root of 181 times 330. Right, so let's compute that number. Alright, so the value we're looking for is 13 times 330 divided by square root of 181, right? And what's the precision they want? Let's see, to the nearest whole number. Okay, right, so do that. Hit enter. Right, so we got the 319. So this is about 319. Right, 319. Alright, let's put it in. Alright, 319 kilometers per, not that one. Sorry, it's this one. 319 kilometers per hour. So let's check the answer. Alright, it came back, and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.